Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn to page 225. We're going to sight read through 9-11, and then we will also sight read through 9-12 and maybe talk about a couple of things. But 9-12 is going to be your assignment for this week. So we'll probably talk a little bit more about 9-11 because 9-12 I want you guys to do on your own. Okay? I'm going to put my mask on, and let's go to 9-11. So take a look at it. What I'm going to do is close this top, and we're going to tap out the rhythm first to do some sight reading with that, and then we're going to play all of the notes, okay? So 3-4, 3 beats to a measure, okay? And I'm going to tap really loudly so you can hear me over this fan. Okay, so we're going to go probably about 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and ready, and go, and 2, and 3, and 1, 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 and 2, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can also move in the general direction too to get used to where your hands are going to be. If you want to see if you can find where they kind of are in the piano first, and then close the lid and put them right there, that is going to help with what octave your hands are in and feeling a little bit more comfortable with the placement. So let's go ahead and add in notes and go at that same tempo. Since our keys are B minor and F minor, this example is definitely in B minor, key signature F sharp, C sharp, and that's our ending chord, so that is a good sign of that. So let's go ahead and take off from the beginning. Okay, we're going to go maybe even slower than the rhythm, so about 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and go, and okay, if you need to pause the video and try that one more time at whatever tempo you feel comfortable with. And if you need to take a minute, and even, I know this is in retrospect, but before, anytime that we do sight reading, feel free to pause the video before we start and take a time to look through it. I don't need to do that quite as much, so sometimes I forget. So on that note, let's move on to 9-12. We're going to plunge straight into this, but I do want to give you about a minute to just look through it, okay? So I will just sit here and let you guys look through it. Okay, if you need more time to look through it, I know that was definitely not a minute, go ahead and pause this video right now and take as much time as you need, as long as it's not anything like 2 minutes. Okay, if we're ready to go ahead and get started, then we will play. I'll count off, okay? Alright, so let's go about 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. All the same things apply rather. If If you felt a little overwhelmed, go ahead and do this on your own. Obviously, you're going to be practicing this for the next week, but I want you guys to have a decent sight reading through it before you start working on it. So that way you know where what your problems are more likely going to be. You kind of know what key signature you're dealing with, and some fingerings that you might need to work on. So feel free to write anything that you need to, and if you need to write in your flats, because there will be docking points if you are not playing the correct notes, and that includes the key signature. Fingering is very important. I'm going to start cracking down on that a little bit more as we go. So, if you need to circle something and write, hey, put 1 here, or put 5 here, or whatever you need to do that, because that is going to be incredibly important as we go on, okay? And I said to a couple of you that things are going to get harder as things go along. It might have actually been my first class. But the more that you do it now, the less you're going to be docked for it later. Let's just put it that way. So, okay?